Okay, everybody, if you're tuning in just now, give me just a moment to get everything kind of started set up. Okay, that's a little higher now, so you can hear me better. Okay, everybody, welcome to the Skycast channel. Gonna get started here in just a second. I was not expecting to go live for this event. We do have a couple things going on though. So first and foremost, there will be a little bit of lag throughout the stream just for the fact that my PC is not the strongest, so I do apologize about that beforehand. Okay, so right now I believe it's just oh no, there's two tornado warnings, one in Nebraska, which we'll get to in a second. Right now we're just handling this one tornado warning just north of Waco, Texas, right over Golston, Texas right now. This is the couplet that we are looking at. It's not as strong anymore. Actually, I'm going to change this color. What color should I use? I'm going to use red. But it's this area right here that we're seeing. It was a lot stronger a few minutes ago. There was no confirmed tornado report on this. So we'll see if this develops any further. Do also want to go over to the storm in Sherman, Nebraska. We also have another here. This one's looking a little more concerning for development. This is Rockville, Nebraska. Which direction is this moving? This looks like it's moving to the north. Somewhat of a more rural area, it looks like. So if you're in Rockville, Nebraska, small supercellular storm, get to your safe spot. But I do want to zoom out just a little bit before we do start covering things. We have a 95% chance of a tornado watch to be issued. And this is going to be for, we had that morning convection. That morning convection is right over here. This is now moved off. And it's remained fairly clear in this general area for where we're going to be seeing a lot of that storm development. You can see I'm trying to fire off right back here, which is why we have that first tornado warning. But something that has changed since the last video is the categorical outlook. Now, the National Weather Service has issued a huge risk for today. Enhanced risk stretching from all the way from Texas down here all the way through Arkansas, Missouri, all the way up here into portions of Iowa, and then all the way back down to Texas. Huge area, multiple areas of tornado development expected, as well as that strong, severe winds in excess of 50, 60 knots. Whoops. So, if we go over and look at the tornado outlook, we have two areas that we're looking at for more significant tornadoes. This one being towards the enhanced risk toward the bottom, the other one being towards the enhanced risk at the top. This is looking like the top risk, in my opinion, should be more of concern than the south one. We still have some convection, some of that convection area moving through this area. So, it's going to be pretty cool to see what happens today, tornado-wise. It could bust and nothing happen, or on the other hand, it could perform pretty well. We'll just have to keep to monitor see. Moving on to the wind area. Wind is not a pretty wild concern, but we do have this huge 15% stretching once again from Texas up into portions of Iowa. This is once again that possibility to see winds in excess of 50, 60 knots, 65 miles an hour. That is enough to knock off your power. And then if we move over to hail, hail is a 30% significant with possibility to see that 3-inch in diameter plus hail. I had to think about it for a second. So, if we look at this probability of a tornado watch, likely to see a tornado watch pop up through here. I don't have tornado watches on a radar Omega right now, just for the fact that it clears up the radar. Scattered severe storm development appears likely in the dry line. Central and eastern Nebraska early this afternoon. Supercells with large to very large hail and tornadoes are possible. A tornado watch is likely needed. Sounds like we have another tornado warning. This is going to be for the tornado warning extended. So let's get back. This is extended out from Rockville. This does now include Ashton, Coatesville, just to the east of Loop City. This is still Nebraska. This is moving into the likely tornado watch area. So if you're in Ashton, Nebraska, Coatesville, Nebraska, while this is loading, give it just a moment. Get to your safe spot immediately. It's not wanting to load. There we go. Once again, pretty rural area for what we're seeing, which can be a good thing, but it's not really a defined couplet, but is a possibility for it to wrap up and produce, and red was not a good color. I'm going to choose, actually green is, that's still not a good color. I was going to go with black. We have that couplet right here. Not really defined or anything. We're just going to have to watch it to see if it does wrap up. New tornado warning just issued. If you're hearing that alarm go off, that is the tornado warning siren. So we do have 4 current tornado warnings for 2 different storms. Here's that new tornado warning. This is extended out, so Waco, you guys look like you're in the clear. North Waco was under that tornado warning. But now we're looking at a more defined area down here, a more populated area. This is for Golston. It's over you guys now. Ross, Leroy, Mount Calm, West, directly in the path. Abbott, Bynum, Penelope, Malone, and Hubbard, Texas. You have this area right here. This one is looking like as well it is trying to wrap up pretty good. I'm trying to find a good color that doesn't correlate with everything, because my radar back here is black. There's red and there's green and all that. With the way this is looking right now, if something does touch down, it will likely be somewhat strong. It was looking the same way earlier. We're going to wait for that radar update. It's due any minute now. Okay, I thought my mic wasn't on there for a second. I have a video pulled up on my phone just to make sure everything is running smoothly. We have the new radar update, and it looks like it is trying its best to wrap up here. Like I said, you have this area kind of right here. of stronger towards the radar winds. Away from the radar, I mean, you can see it up here on the more upper part of the Richter scale. Then you have this red here, and it's trying to get wrapped up right in here. So West, Ross, Leroy, it's coming to you guys now. You don't have much time to get to your safe spot. I got a radar pulled up on my tablet here too. Just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. I do want to not just cover the tornado warnings. If we move up here to Dallas, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. This is for 60-mile-per-hour winds, 1-inch hail. You can see a lot of these broken storms here, somewhat strong. This is moving into the Frisco area of Dallas. So, along any of these roads, make sure you guys are driving safe distance behind each other. Besides that, though, there's not a lot of other severe things going on. We do have a severe storm in Arkansas moving into the Missouri border. Right up here. This is once again for that 1-inch hail, that 60-mile-per-hour wind tag. Pretty standard tag. A lot of these storms have not 100% sparked off though, which is good. They're still trying to gain strength, so you guys have a little bit of time if you're in the risk area. New severe thunderstorm warning. Small little cell right here popped up just south of the tornado warning. This is for Kearney, Nebraska. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. This could likely become supercellular. If it does, there is a possibility for it to try and wrap up and produce a tornado. So we could see areas of like Rockville, Ravenna, a little bit further Ashton, Coatesville under the not only just the severe thing, but maybe a tornado warning future on. You can also see it trying to wrap up again with this. So this could possibly produce a tornado, depending on the next scan. It looks like a decent little bit of hail on that correlation coefficient as well, although the correlation coefficient isn't directly with that. New scan, a little bit broken now, still rotating though. You have that little couplet area right there. There's another scan. Once again, just kind of shows how fast that wrapped back up. You do have some pretty strong rotation right here. This is just to the north side of Rockville. I don't not know. I don't think today we have seen an observed tornado just yet. I'm trying to look. Storms do expected to get their strongest potential about 5, maybe 6 o'clock. There's that new scan. Not as potent, still very potent there though. You can see that area right there. Um, with that. Still radar observed, radar indicated, my bad. 1.25 inch hail. The area down in Texas. Oh, we'll go down there really quickly. The decent amount of rotation that we were seeing down there has died off for the most part. Did not produce a tornado, thankfully, as this is more of a populated area. There we go. That's finished. Okay, so we're going to focus on the Nebraska storm for now because this is, I'll keep monitoring this area on my tablet, but it's not really too potent. This is the main area of concern. You can see really doing its best to try to get in there and rotate. So Ashton, it's imminent. Get to your safe spot. Nothing on correlation coefficient or anything like that. There is somewhat of a defined hook echo with this storm on the reflectivity. But it's likely trying to produce right now. You can see it's a new run very well together. So if you're in Ashton, Nebraska, just east of Loop City, get to your safe spot. If you're on Route 92, I suggest you get out of there. New tornado warning. I think, no, that was severe thunderstorm. Never mind. My bad. We'll focus on severe thunderstorms here in a moment. Right now, I do want to stay on this tornado warning. It's doing its best here to produce something. But we have a lot of storms scattered trying to produce right now. Did loosen up a little bit there. So Rockville, you're still under that tornado warning, but it's mainly cleared out of your area. That area right there, still looking at it. Ashton, I've said it so many times now. It's coming to you. I don't know if you can hear it behind the sound of my computer is smoking right now. You can the fan is working very hard. Gonna go back down to Texas because there's some more rotation in this storm. It died off a little bit. Now it's kind of sparking back up. You can see two little areas right here. One right here. The other one right here. So west, it's crossing over I-35 right now. Into west. West, you don't have any time. It's over you right now. A little bit further out, you got smaller communities like Penelope and Hubbard, as well as that Route 31 and 171. So this is somewhat of a more populated type area. Not exactly with cities, but more smaller communities here, like, Penelope here, Hubbard, Malone, Texas. I do want to go back up to Nebraska really quick. We do that severe thunderstorm that's up in Kearney has a very well-defined hail core. So rotation, not really anything too wild, surprising, not really expected. On reflectivity, though, a very well-defined hail core with this. This is still highlighted to be producing 1-inch hail. Would not be surprised if it does try to grow a little larger. Not only with that being a hail core, though, that's also heavy rain, torrential rain with that. Same going for the tornado warned storm up here, which the rotation, yeah, you can see that hail core up there trying to find east of Ashton. This is kind of loosened up a little bit, still has a little bit of that couplet there. If this does wind up touching down, it'll likely be rain wrapped. I would not be surprised. As of now, I don't think it's going to touch down, though. The way these storms are going, they're loosening up a lot, and then they're touching right back down. This tornado warning may be set to degrade down a little bit to more of this area. We have a well-defined area of rotation here, though. Right here, east of west, you guys are somewhat in the clear now. Areas a bit further out, Penelope, Hubbard, Mount Calm, get to your safe spots right now. It's headed that direction. And this tornado will 100% be rain wrapped if it touched down, because if you look at it, the rotation that we're seeing is right in here. It's going to be built within this supercell, so you're not going to be able to see it. Don't try to look at it, because I know somebody's likely going to be out there trying. It's a good amount of rotation. If this does touch down, it'll likely be strong. Gonna wait for that new radar scan. Correlation coefficient, we can check it. New tornado warning. Actually, severe thunderstorm warning, my bad. I get the sound mixed up all the time. Nothing really defined on the correlation coefficient either. Once again, I'll circle it for you. That area of rotation is going to be right in here. So correlation coefficient, usually used to pick up things that are not supposed to be in the air, such as debris. It's not picking up anything like that, which means it's likely not on the ground yet. So that is very good. Whenever they update that run, though, I hope it does kind of just lower out a little bit, because if this does touch down, it might have been a strong tornado. Like I've said multiple times, this is a more populous area. It's still somewhat rural for the most part, but what I'm talking about is these more smaller communities. Penelope, Malone, Mount Calm, Hubbard. People will be affected by that. Take a look at the reflectivity, though. We could see these storms are still firing off back here. You can see small areas like this right over here. We do have a new run, so I'll get to that in just a moment. But a lot of this is just starting. So it could get a little more chaotic later on. We're now looking at this, actually, there's that new run. Strong rotation, still with this storm. It's going to be right here. Get to your safe spot, Penelope, Hubbard Mountain Column. I've been saying it for a good amount of time. I'll keep saying it. You got to get to your safe spot if you're in this storm. Hopefully it'll die down. We can hope for that. I am going to focus on Nebraska just a little bit here too. Rotation for the most part has died off. We do have another area over here just out of the tornado warning. Not anything as of concern right yet though. But as of now, a lot of the rotation in this has died off. Tornado reports are popping off. So looks like a huge hail core over Ashton though. Right there. That is directly over the town of Ashton. That is actually, wow. Yeah, I'm taking a photo of that. I'm going to post that on a, see if we can see some reports coming out there of the hail. Maybe I just did. Estimated video confirmed tornado out of Rockville. Tornado confirmed with some damage. We'll update pending damage survey. So strong, not strong tornado, but there was a tornado confirmed. We'll continue to watch to see if there's any more reports that comes out of here. No injuries off these reports. Am gonna take a look at this cell now. Still not as wildly defined. With the severe thunderstorm has updated to a tornado possible. We do have a possibility for this to try and wrap up. So that's what I was saying a few minutes ago. This storm, where it's kind of remained somewhat discreet. If it goes supercellular, which it has with the 60-mile-per-hour winds, but the hail here, if it does, it can go tornadic, and it looks like it's going to here in just a few minutes. So we will come back to this. I want to go focus on Texas, which did go observed. It is a confirmed tornado on the ground. So likely will be strong. Let's check the rotation just to confirm that. Yeah, likely a strong tornado on the ground here. This is just to the east of west north of Leroy. Penelope could pass to the south, Mountain Column to the north. It does look like Hubbard, if it does get that far. It's headed that way. Get to your safe spot. There is a little area right here on the correlation coefficient. That could be somewhat of that debris signature. If we click this, a confirmed tornado, public confirmed, so this is not radar, this is somebody has seen this on the ground. Flying debris, tornadic thunderstorm, a damaging tornado. It's moving to the northeast at 35 miles an hour. So if we kind of, let's just say it's going this path at 35. It'll be in Penelope about 14 minutes. Malone about 21. Same for about Hubbard, about 21, 23 minutes. Not a highly populated area, but what I was talking about is that it's these smaller communities, about 500 people in this area. It could have possibly lifted now. Actually, no. Could still be on the ground. Not as much defined rotation, but still have a pretty tight couplet there. Okay. Posted something on Twitter really quickly. I This could very well have been a strong tornado on the ground. Strong tornadoes don't have to be on the ground long for them to be strong. Oh, we are seeing another observed tornado in Nebraska. So that area of secondary rotation that we were looking at did produce a tornado. You can see that area right here. So Colesfield, Elba, get to your safe spots now. It's almost over, you guys, here in just a few minutes. It's kind of hard to tell the defined rotation in this, going to be honest. Likely going to be somewhere in here, though. I don't know why there's this little gap in the radar. The radar can be goofy sometime for me. Do 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 do. Let me pull chat back up on my phone. Gonna go down Back to the Texas cell. We do have two. Let me just make sure on this. So people did confirm the tornado in Nebraska as well. So that has been two visibly confirmed tornadoes. Still somewhat strong rotation on this area. In Texas, this is moving into Penelope now as we speak. An observed tornado. Get to your safe spot underground into your interiormost room. This isn't anything to play with at all. I am watching the Nebraska cell on my tablet just to make sure we don't need to flip back for anything too crazy. Um, did get a tornado report out there reported by a fireman moving north/northeast. Fireman does confirm it is still on the ground. We are gonna go back up to Nebraska. I think it's actually pretty good. Um, the Nebraska cell does have somewhat of a defined hook echo. You can see here's that report just at a Farwell. Reported fireman at about 10 minutes ago. And I know this stream has not been long, but at about 1 hour in, I am going to have to end it. Could go live later, but I do have something that I need to do, so I kind of just wanted to give an update. So I'm going to try to make it to at least 1 hour before I do have to go. But you can see that defined hook echo right here. Not too strong or anything like that. But Elba, you got to get to your safe spot. There's this little gap right here that's blocking me from... Oh my gosh. Yeah, ignore that. Strong tornado probably on the ground. Moving into Elba now. You got to get to your safe spot. I did not expect that to update like that. I can't really tell anything from correlation coefficient either. Likely a strong tornado on the ground moving into the town of Elba. If we extend this out a bit further, how fast is this tornado going? North of 20 miles an hour. That's not fast at all. 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. 20, 20. Elba, 2 minutes. A population of about 200 people. You got 2 minutes to get to your safe spot. You have no time. New tornado warning just been issued though. Another confirmed tornado issued. This is probably an extension for the tornado that we're seeing. Penelope, Malone, and Hubbard. I've been saying it for so much longer. You have an observed tornado moving your way. If you're on Route 171, anywhere from Malone down to Hubbard, you need to stop. You need to get out of there. You need to get out of there. But National Weather Service still confirming this pocket of rotation to be an observed tornado. It's moving directly into Penelope along the 308 right now. Ooh, man. So, currently, 2 observed tornadoes. My main focus is Nebraska right now, although we have likely a strong tornado on the ground up here. I'll just play that back a little bit, just how much it's changed. So it looks like it is moving just to the west of Elba, hopefully. So Coatesfield, Elba, your safe spot, get in them. Nothing on the correlation coefficient that I can actually pick out. It would be this area, if there is something though, somewhere in there. Very well defined hook echo too, moving directly into Elba. So that kind of makes me think that, yeah, that's going either into Elba or somewhere just to the east of it. And that's what I'm really hoping for. Farwell got a tornado report in there. That town could have been hit. As well as this is a super strong storm. You can see that huge hail core that's about to hit Coatesfield. We got a new... Gonna need a new scan here in a second. Yeah, new scan. Still look like hefty amount of rotation with this. So it's likely a strong tornado. I've said that many times. Gonna say it again. Probably a strong tornado on the ground. New scan, it's still doing the same thing. And it's up on the Richter scale too. So if you look around, it's at the 30, 43 M/S. And if we look up here, it's going to be about right in this area that we're seeing. So it's kind of up there. It's definitely up there. So could likely be a strong tornado. As well as have multiple severe storms. Waiting for that new scan. Hopefully it comes out soon. We have that observed tornado in Texas moving into a populated area now of northeast Penelope. Everybody hopefully is in their safe spot down there. It's now going to be moving into south portions of Malone, crossing the 171 here momentarily. I've been saying that for a while. This could possibly be a strong tornado as well. As of now, there's only 8 wildly severe alerts. The severe thunderstorm and the tornado warning. 7 special weather statements out as these storms continue to pop off and produce. So this is going to be moving into a little bit further off. The tornado warning that was out there was set to expire. It does look like it's moving into more of a rural area with lesser communities after it passes this mark. So Malone, Hubbard, you guys look like you're in the clear from this. They can turn left and they can turn right, so make sure that if you're anywhere in this polygon, that you have a safe spot that you can get to. That tornado watch area that we're looking at has just been issued. Um, with a 95+% chance of a severe risk. This area that I'm looking at, the tornado watch has extended through this whole area. As well as that, 20% issuance up here towards Iowa, down to Des Moines, up to Sibley. That rotation kind of did break off. Never mind. I was seeing it there for a second. It didn't. Right here, just over the north side of Elba. Elba possibly got hit from this. I'm not 100% sure if it was direct or not. Hopefully, whenever I do get my new computer, I promise it's coming. It's just taking a bit longer than usual. Um, the computer will be coming soon. It'll hopefully be a lot less laggy at all. Be extra smooth than what we're seeing now. 4 GB Lenovo, not recommended. For streaming. Waiting for that next update. Do any second. If we look back at the uh, area in Texas here, just a second, I'll look at it on my iPad. That rotation. We only have observed tornado warnings now. The one in Texas and the one here in Nebraska that we're looking at. Still likely a strong tornado on the ground from that new scan. You can see that area right here. It's definitely doing its best to stay on the ground. Do, do, do. Waiting for the new scan. Um, we do have more severe storms popping up in the North Waco area, like expected. So we'll go down to that Texas storm. This is still the observed tornado area that we're looking at. Still, it's not as defined. It hasn't been marked as radar indicated, though. It's still an observed tornado. But this is the area back here that we're seeing for 1.25 inch hail. 60 mile per hour winds north of Waco, Texas, once again. Uh, Very strong storms. A little bit of a hail core. Right here. Gonna go back up to Nebraska. Look at that. Just, I'm actually gonna take a photo of that. That is actually, that's got to be one of the all-time radar signatures I've seen. Still a strong tornado on the ground. This is looks like there's not many like listed small towns with this on Radar Omega. So mainly a rural area, except for a couple areas like Brayton, a small community right here. This is still moving to the northeast at 20 miles an hour. Okay, let me shut that off real quick. That didn't work as I was wanting it to. So 20 miles an hour. It's going to be a population of about 0 people from what Radar Omega is showing. So it's probably unlikely that it's 0 people, but it's not a heavily populated area. So we got that going for us. Pretty likely debris ball somewhere in here. Actually, it's probably this whole thing. So debris being lofted just out to Coatesville. Wow. This is something I was not expecting. We only have a 40% for an EF2 to an EF5 tornado. This is likely on that scale. Well, somewhere in there. The Texas storm did go radar indicated, so likely did lift. It's going to be there is still a decent amount of rotation trying to pop back up with this storm, so likely could produce another tornado. Could be strong. So we'll just continue to monitor that. Main concern, though, is the one that is 100% on the ground up here in Nebraska. Just absolutely insane right now. This is definitely one of the stronger tornadoes I have seen on here. The Probably one of the strongest tornadoes I've seen on stream was the first ever stream back in May of not May, but March 31st, 2023. It's been a while since I've seen very defined rotation like this. So if you're anywhere in this polygon, get to your safe spot, please do. Rotation is almost 1.6 miles wide. Still rotating, still strong there. North Platte, Nebraska. Sorry, I just opened chat. Let me Google where that's at. North Platte, Nebraska. I'm not familiar with this terrain. I live in the East Coast, so let me figure out where that is. Really quickly. Google says it takes 16 hours to get there from a... Okay, so that's where that is. So zoom out a little bit. We'll zoom out. Do apologize for the lag. So North Platte is over here. So this is not in the path of it if we do look at the categorical for severe weather. On the other hand, though, you are only in the general thunderstorm risk, so you'll have a possibility to see maybe a couple thunder showers. It's not going to be anything too wildly severe. On the other hand, if you want more of an updated risk for the severe weather, feel free to check out one of the videos. It'll go more in depth of what we're expecting over the next few days. For now, though, this is more for the central eastern part of this area. It does look like rotation has broadened out just a little bit. You can see that area still right there doing its best to rotate. Texas storm, still radar indicated. Was that a tornado? I don't know. I forgot what that sounded like. I think it was a severe thunder. I keep getting the sounds mixed up. So gonna wait for that new run really quickly. Here we have that tornado report. Several reports of confirmed tornado west and north of Elba. So it looks like it did not trek into Alba, which is good. That's what we are hoping for. Time and location approximate pending damage survey. That was some really strong rotation. Probably textbook for me, rotation wise. So we're gonna hopefully watch this to see if it goes radar indicated. If it does go radar indicated, that'll be very, very good. So we've had one strong tornado, possibly two, depending on how the one in Texas goes. 3 confirmed tornadoes so far. The event has not started for its full potential. The full potential is supposed to be about 5 or 6 Eastern Standard Time. So even though I likely won't be live, I'll have to go here in just a few minutes whenever this storm does die down. Still, it's still trying to rotate so strong. So right there, this is moving to the west of Wolf Batch now. There's a new tornado warning. New tornado warning for... Is this just an extension? Oh, there's a whole other area of rotation. Okay, so, we have this area, the original area of rotation that actually is pretty likely to be strong. And then we come all the way back over here. We have this area of rotation. So areas like Penelope and Malone, they're having to go straight back to their safe spots because the storms are just back to back. And actually that's actually some pretty strong rotation with that. Wow. Nothing on correlation coefficient to signify a tornado on the ground. Correlation coefficient is used for to define things that are not meant to be in the air. Nothing like that there. So, but now I am going to go ahead and end stream since I do have to go. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Skycast. Make sure to go follow Ryan Hall or Max Velocity to continue watching this severe weather event unfold. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.